Hey everyone, it's Tom from Psych again. Hope you've had a great week. We're now into October, so there's some things that came to mind that I wanted to share and put out. If you're new to Psych we're doing basic numerology. We're talking and understanding in the way that President Trump speaks. So for example, A is the first letter, B is the second letter, C is the third letter, D is the fourth letter, etc., etc. If you add up the letters to any word, you can get a value. And to give you the key, the name Trump, T-R-U-M-P, comes to 88. So that's the starter for everyone if you're new to it. But those that are already with us, then great. We'll move in, we'll dive in. Today I wanted to call the episode Hello George. Hello George is a phrase in the community, ties back to JFK and his magazine, George Magazine, etc. And I wanted to talk more about when Hello George will be revealed. So I wanted to call, actually a double title for this, so Hello George, and then slip of a tongue. Hello George, and then October equals 78 equals Kennedy, okay? Because the month of October equals 78 on the board, and so does the word Kennedy, okay? Also with that, going back to Hello George, just a couple of things to note on that is 52 is the word hello, George is 57, and those two together come to 109. Those that will remember a few episodes ago, 109 comes to the value of Zapruder, i.e. the Zapruder film in terms of Kennedy back in 63. It also comes to the value of 17. 17 is the 17th letter of the alphabet, Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet, but the word 17 comes to 109. And incidentally, my channel, Psych 71 plus 38 hearts, suit of hearts plus gold 38 comes to 109, and I didn't know that before when I picked the name. But anyway, you see how these things work. Some other values for the word, for the value 78 is or are Robert, Patrick, Platinum, and also HALLETT, as in Greg HALLETT, Joseph Gregory HALLETT. Haven't heard from Greg for a while. Hope he's okay. If you're listening, Greg, hi. Someone else I've mentioned before is Patrick Swayze, the actor from Dirty Dancing. Patrick Swayze's total, so his name is Patrick, which is 78. Swayze is 99, so nearly 100. And then those two together come to 177, which is 1 times 77, so 77, that divine God number. And also 1 plus 77 is 78. Some other numbers that have come up that I've noticed in the last couple of days, the phrase and name John. So they refer to JFK Jr. as John. So John is 47, which is atomic silver, and it's also the reflection of 74, which is President Trump's age. It's also Jesus, it's also salmon, it's also other things. But also London, we can talk about that, is 74 as well, so think on that. But John, 47 plus 47 comes to 94. Now 94 is the value for the month of November, which is the next month we're going into. And there'll be some big things in November as well. And just incidentally, December comes to 55, which is a loud and clear signal. 55 is also the value for Melania Trump's name. Some other values that have come up is Bobby Kennedy. His name Bobby, B-O-B-B-Y, is 46, which is the same age that JFK was in 63. It's the same age. It's the same year of President Trump's birth, so 1946, and it's also atomic palladium, one of the other precious metals, the fourth precious metal. Some other values for 57 that have come up are Tesla, so T-E-S-L-A, as in Nikola Tesla, is 57. Nikola Tesla is 62, so Nikola is 62, so 62 plus 57 comes to 119, which is 11-9, which is 11th of September, or perhaps November the 9th. Okay, there might be a nice reversal on that coming up, so watch 9th of November. 9th of November in terms of Nikola Tesla. Also, incidentally, as Nikola Tesla, he was born in 1856 and died in 1943. So the value of 56 is a number that keeps popping up, as so do 43s. 56 is the year that Kennedy, well, the number of years since 63 up till now. It's been 56 years, 9 months, number of weeks and days. But that will change on the 22nd of November this year. It will become 57. So there's a nice overplay there with Hello George and Tesla, and also Kennedy, JFK. And 43s, I've mentioned that before, but I'll mention that at the end. So some other values that came up is the word Enoch. Enoch comes to 45, so think 45th President Trump. The phrase or the reality of the city of Enoch, city comes to 57, so think Tesla, think George, think number of years, Kennedy since 63, that will happen. That will become 56 years on November 22nd this year. 57 years on November 22nd this year. And that value, city of Enoch, guess what it comes to? It comes to 123, which is silver and gold. Silver being the word silver, which is 85, and the word gold, 38. So silver and gold, 85 plus 38 comes to 123. Thinking of the city of Enoch, the new Jerusalem, new is 42. Jerusalem is 104. Interestingly enough, Jeru, Jeru, comes to 54. So there's been the whole thing of rebirth, etc., around President Kennedy and others, and this time reversal thing. And I've been blessed to have orbs appear behind me in some of the videos I've done. So when I mentioned 54 and rebirth, because the word vagina is 54, so obviously for creation and birth, and the word penis, I've mentioned before, is 63, so think 1963, etc. And those two together come to 117, which is 11 times 7, which is 77. 1 times 17 is Q, which is 17th letter, etc. 1 plus 17 is 18, which is R, JFK Jr., etc. So the creation of a child, John, etc., etc. See how these things are happening. But if you go to 42 plus 104, comes to 146. Again, that indicates the value of 46. It's also President Trump's birth date, birthday, which is 14th of June, 14th of the 6th. So 146, 1 times 46 is 46, which is atomic palladium, Bobby Kennedy, JFK's age in 63, and President Trump's date of birth, 1946, but also his birthday, which is 14/6. And if you do 1 times 46, it comes to, again, 47, which is atomic silver. Again, a reference to John. So John, 47 comes to 94, which is also November. This got me thinking of some other places in history and time. So Atlantis comes to 96, and that made me think of the Atlanta Olympics in 1996. So the word Atlanta comes to 69, which is Tesla numbers. So you've got 3, 6, and 9 are Tesla numbers. This got me thinking as well. So I've posted a video about number plates a couple of days ago. I saw 1111, so 1111. 11, the word 11 comes to 63. So when we see 1111, we're seeing 63 plus 63. So that's a double marker on JFK back in 63. Again, if you do 63 plus 63, that comes to 126, which is also another marker for silver and gold. This time being 47 atomic silver and atomic gold 79. So 47 plus 79 comes to 126. Yes, okay, so some other things now. You can see I'm wearing this t-shirt, Munich. Munich comes to the value of 68 when you add it up. 68 is the value for Root, as in Mr. Ed Root. Mr. Ed Root comes to 108, but Root comes to 68. It's also Barron, President Trump's son. Think of time travel, etc. with all that. This got me thinking of the Munich Olympics, and obviously there was that massacre, that sad event that took place back in 1972. So I started to look at this, and the word Olympic actually comes to 93, which is the same value as FLOTUS. It's also the same value for Bushnell, which is my last name. Now, if you say the word Olympics, add the S, takes you to 112. Okay, so that's a reference that keeps coming up in terms of 11 times 2. So think of 11 November, the month November, 11. 11 times 2 is 22. So if you think of 22, the 22nd of November is when President Kennedy, it will be 57 years to that date in terms of 1963, what he went through then. So you can see all this overplay and overlapping. So Munich, the date of Munich, it was the 5th of September through to the 6th of September 1972. And when you look at this, incidentally, I've got a friend called Miriam Toro, and Miriam comes to 63, which is Kennedy's in 63, and her second name is Toro, which is 68. So I just wanted to put that out there and say hello to Miriam. I also bumped into another friend, Miriam, today, so two Miriams, 63, 63, 11, 11, so I've had that going on as well. So, the date, 1972. So if we add 19 plus 72, that comes to 91. 91 is time reversal. That whole thing, 19 years ago, on September 11th this year, with the Flight 93 memorial, when Mr. Ed Root was revealed, who's JFK. It was 19 years ago to the day in 2001 when September 11th happened. But 91 is the whole thing of reversing that, and that's what Christopher Nolan's film Tenet is all about, time reversal. Incidentally, the word 11th does come to 91, so 91 is 11th, so you can see the parallels there. So I looked at the dates further, and if we take the 5th and the 6th, so 5 next to the 6th, 5 and a 6, put them together is 56 years. Again, we're in the 56th year, well, it's 56 years and a number of months and weeks and days since JFK in 63. And 56 plus 9, because the 9th month is September, that comes to 65. Now 65 is actually the value for the word 7. So 65 actually equals 7. So bearing that in mind, I wanted to just do some playing around with this. So 56 plus 9 equals 65, which equals 7. And incidentally, you'll know from the name, September, sept, meaning 7, anciently it used to be the 7th month. So I think a couple thousand years or so ago, before they changed it. So it was the 7th month. So if we have the word 7 for 56 plus 9 equals 65, and we have the word 7, the value of 7, which equals 65, and we bring in the 7th month, just for this purpose of this exercise, we have 7 and 7, again, which is that beautiful 7-7, which is the God divine number. Also, if we take it back to its original, well, what it is currently, it's the 9th month, so we have the word 7, and just temporarily we'll just play with it, we have the word 7, and then the 9th month, so that would be 7 and 9, 7, 9 next to each other. That's 79, which is atomic gold. And guess what's in the middle? The missing number. So you've got 77 and 79. The missing number in the middle is 78, which is Kennedy, which is October. So I saw that and I thought I'd share that with you, mention that. Okay, and bearing in mind as well, October is oct, meaning 8. It's the 10th month right now, but it used to be the 8th month. Okay, so a lot of 8/8s and a lot of 8 things are going to happen in October. And you can see that there's lots of loops with all this. The other thing that's interesting is 56 plus 7 takes you to 63. Okay, so if you again play with September being the 7th month anciently, 56 plus 7 comes to 63, which is the marker for Kennedy in 63. So you can see how there's loops and loops upon all of this. And incidentally, the word loop comes to 58, which is another nice reference to August 29th. 29 is AUG, and 29 is 29. So 29 plus 29 comes to 58, which is the date that they switched everything on and they drained the plug. They pulled the plug on and started to drain the swamp. Incidentally enough, the word Munich, like I said, comes to 68, but the word massacre comes to 79. which is gold, which is atomic gold. So 68 plus 79 actually comes to 147. And again, 147 is a marker for 1 times 47. Sorry, 1 times 47 is 47, which is atomic silver. 1 plus 47 comes to 48, which is a number of things. One thing that popped into my mind is Tom, because that's my name. But you've got Zim, you've got the word name James, and you've got other things that come to 48. But also 14, if it's 147, 14 plus 7 comes to 21, which is the Shin, 777, which is in President Trump's timeline, JFK's timeline, JFK Jr.'s timeline, and others. And going back to, I mentioned 43 being an important number that keeps popping up. It's reference to my grandparents, it's a personal reference. So, love to both of them. But I incorrectly said a couple of videos ago, I said that the word mount came to 111. It doesn't actually. And the day that I figured this out, a day or two ago, President Trump kind of gave me a little tap for one of his messages, one of his presentations, and he said the word Tommy, which was 86, which comes up to memorial, which I spoke about in the JFK part on September 11th, and also in reference to this part here. So memorial and monument. So thanks for that, President Trump, for confirming and giving me a gentle nudge on that, because that was all happening at the same time. And then I got a notice from a friend from Stocks, and he said Tommy was mentioned, and Tommy comes to 86. So what I should have said, but the other thing about that is the way this is working. I don't know if anyone's had this experience. I'll work out numbers, I'll see them, they'll come to me, and I'll double check them. I'll do it on the calculator and I'll double check them. And I did double check all of this one, but it seemed to add up. But sometimes I've noticed I'll type things in and I'll get different values, but it's pointing me to a certain lesson, and then I'll figure it out later. So sometimes I might say things incorrectly, or misspeak. I may say things out of time or misspeak. The intention is always there, it's always pure and good. And I've seen that sometimes when I work back, it leads me to other things as well, other truths. So the message is correct, but there's some other information with it. So I'm gonna mention that now. So 111 comes to a few things, but one for personal for me that it's brought my attention to is my date of birth is 1975, 15th of February. So 19 plus 75 comes to 94, which is November, which is also John. So 47, silver is 94. And then if you add 2 for February plus 15 comes to 17, which is Q. So 94 plus 17, so John, 94 November, Q, comes to 111. And it's also my birth date, which is 1975, which comes to 94, plus February, plus 15. So 2 plus 15 comes to 17. All of that comes to 111. So again, I said before that this whole thing, so 111 plus Rushmore, which is 117, plus monument, not memorial in this case, but monument, but President Trump woke me up to it as I was figuring out, and he confirmed it later in the day. But he was waking me up about it already, so thank you, President. And JFK was, I'm sure, JFK Jr. as well, Joker card. JFK, so his current age is 59, so he's the Joker card, so when magic things happen, time travel, etc., JFK's heavily involved in it. JFK Jr., but also JFK as well, both the father and the son, etc., it's happening. So 111, this marker for my date of birth and for JFK in November, JFK Jr., plus Rushmore, 117, plus Monument, which is 115, does come to 343, so that's the correct value. But the message is still the same. That President Trump talked about doubles and triples, so when you get these double and triple numbers, it's showing things that are happening. So it's made me think of 3 people, so Bobby, JFK and JFK Jr. At Mount Rushmore. I think there's a good chance that we might see Hello George on the 12th of sorry, on the 22nd of November at Mount Rushmore. Perhaps even, I think even the night before, President Trump's been mentioning some things about that as well on the 21st. It could be a double overlay. But the reason for 3-4-3 is it was brought to my attention because of some of the football scores. A couple of weeks ago, Liverpool, the football champions in England, played Leeds. Leeds is 45, 45th president. They won 4-3, Liverpool did. But one of the Leeds players, his name is Klitsch, a Polish guy. President Trump likes Poles. So Klitsch, C-L-I-C-H, comes to 43, and his number is 43, and he scored. The following week, Leeds won 4-3 against Fulham, against Scott Parker, great Scott, Jack Kidd, etc., etc., Back to the Future films. I know I've met Scott, so good luck, Scott, for this season. But again, Leeds this time, they were on the winning side of it, so they won 4-3. Again, Klitsch, the midfielder, not a striker, a midfielder, his name on the back of his shirt is Klitsch, C-L-I-C-H, comes to 43, and he's number 43. So again, 3 sets of 43s happened twice, and it's in the arena that I understand and watch, which is football, one of the arenas. So again, thank you for that, President Trump. Thank you for that, JFK, and thank you for that, Junior, and others. Thank you. Okay, so in closing, going back to this thing of 109, when you look at the 109, which is Hello George, think of Mount Rushmore, all the things that are going to happen. 109, so 10 plus 9, 39 plus 42, that comes to, sorry, that's incorrect, forget that. So 109, yeah, so the word 1 comes to 34, O comes to 15, the 15th letter, and 9 comes to 42. So 34 plus 15 plus 42 comes to 91, okay? Now the word 90 comes to 87, which is 3 sets of 29, which is on August 29th when they switched everything on. And then again, the word 1 comes to 34. So 87 plus 34 comes to 121, 1.21 gigawatts, okay? Which is this whole thing with the fairness of the reset, etc. And that would be 1111. So 1111 is 11 times 11 is 121, which would be 11th of November. And then when you add 1 to 1, so 1 is 34, 2 is 58, okay, again August 29th, 2 sets of 29, and then the word 1, the value of that when you add it up comes to 34. So 34 plus 58 plus 34 comes to 126, which is silver and gold. Atomic silver 47, atomic gold 79. Thank you everyone. God bless. Have a great week. Love to all the Kennedys. Love to all the Trumps, and particularly President Trump. Thank you, sir, for everything you're doing. We're watching and we're loving every moment of it. Thank you. And God bless everyone. Please share, like and share and subscribe. And I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.